What up, YouTube? It's Robert Marshall coming back at you again from the Concord, Ohio. What is up, vape family? I'm going to throw at you today. I'm going to try to keep the video halfway short and sweet. We're going to do a slight build tutorial, simple micro coil, not macro coil. Way to twist my words. Anyway, let's have a chuff. Get your mod. Get your vape. We're going to need some 26 gauge nichrome wire, a 2mm mandible, or a 1.5mm depending on what you're building for. These builds tend to work the best in small 4-post RDAs or small 3-post RDAs like flavor chase RDAs, okay, or RDTAs. I usually use bigger ones than RDTAs or RTAs, rebuildable tanks, ladies and gentlemen, okay? And we're going to be building micro coils. I'm also going to go over what I'm vaping on. I got some new equipment. And I have some new stuff, kind of-ish, okay? I obtained an RX 300. It's polished. I got it polished like this. I believe they were originally brushed, so it's kind of shinny, okay? I acquired a Cleto Aspire 120 tank, and of course I bought a custom tip. Look at that sexy. Look at that. Vapor Joe's, thank you. Over in Zanesville, big shout out to those guys. Also, Cheap Tobacco. Also, of course, like always, we love you, Swagg Sauce, okay? You're the mans. Awesome company, cheap juice. If you haven't ever vaped Swagg Sauce, you need to. Most of their high quality premium juices are $20 for 180 milliliter, and they have sales all the time. This is actually the last couple of days, if you get a chance to watch this video, and they have a sale going on for a juice called Devil's Fruit. It's their juice of the month. It's a really cool mixture. Look it up online. They're doing up until the 1st of June. They're doing $10 180 mils. If you order $30 or more worth of stuff, they give you free shipping. Bang! It's Swagg Sauce. Okay. I'm also going to throw a couple reviews at you while we're going. I'm going to vape and talk and build, and I've got 2 new flavors to review here. One of them, as you can see, I've been vaping a bunch. Most of these are almost empty. They're my later reviews. I waited for them to steep a while, and then when I started vaping them, I haven't had time to do the videos super quickly together. Anyway, the RX 300, awesome 300 watt mod, super big, super tank. There's been lots of reviews on them, but I like her. I'm gonna chuff. What's in my RX 300 and my Cleto tank, you ask? It's called Mitten Vapors, and to be honest with you, I don't really know what the flavor name is. It's called S-Curve. It's got a little bit of what I think is strawberry banana. It's a little different. I think it might be an off strawberry. It might be a little something else extra in it. So I apologize, Mitten Vapors, if I don't know. But you should look them up. I don't know about pricing, nothing with them. I just know I obtained it from someone else in a trade, and I'm vaping it. It's good. It's awesome. If you want to, look them up. Vaping. So the first flavor that you're going to get a kick from me about is called Monster Melons. It is a papaya, cantaloupe, and mango vape. It's very fruité, very summerish. And then I have a dessert vape that I need to throw out for everybody. Okay, and this is called the Castle Black. It's also Swagg Sauce. It's called Castle Black. Okay, and this is a vanilla bean ice cream peanut butter caramel vape. Dessert vape of dessert vapes. Okay, so what we're gonna get into is, first off, is the build tutorial. Oh God, I suck with the camera angles, guys. I've told everybody this like a million times. I use my cellular device. Okay, I use my cell phone, cellular device. Wow, I'm in there today, ain't I? Okay, so I'm gonna try to stay where I can get where you can see what I'm doing. So we're gonna use 26 gauge nichrome wire. As you can see, I have a beetle on. Coil tamer on this. Someday, I mean, there's reviews all over the place. If you guys get a chance to get a hold of some of these, you should. I use these for my fused Claptons and stuff, and from and they help feed the wire, and you use a counterweight. Look up the videos. There's a couple of guys. The big one is, I'm not gonna remember his name. I'm terrible today. Oh boy. Anyway, look up tutorials on using Bidalon techniques or things like that. There's a couple guys who use the Bidalon technique on YouTube. Just look it up on YouTube. Bidalon wrapping techniques. That makes it a lot easier to make really nice fused Claptons. It's a combination of a counterweight, Bidalon, your wire, and of course I use a guitar pick, but someday I'll probably get into that little shenanigans. A lot of guys use like old coils that have edges in them. I've just found guitar picks. I've seen a review on how to perfectly space for staggered fuse claptons or space claptons by using a button. So there's lots of techniques, there's lots of different stuff. Anyway, these Beetlons are awesome. They keep your wire under control. Even if you're not using them to actually wrap fuse claptons or do things like this is 26 gauge, I'm not wrapping anything with it. But in the perspective of the whole thing, ladies and gentlemen, they keep your wire from coming unglued. You know, it just doesn't span out, so you just grab them like this. And I'm going to get us a nice little decent piece of wire, about 1.5 feet long, okay? And of course it's going to curl, we're going to cut her off. And notice how this Beetlon just maintains the wire. It makes everything so much easier. So we're going to get our piece of wire, we're going to get our drill in the way, bam, okay? And as everybody knows, we're going to bend a little L shape in this wire, stick it into our chuck, okay? And we're going to grab this with pliers and we're going to straighten it. So that's first thing. Gotta have straight wire for these micros especially. I'm using a thicker gauge nichrome, you know, straighten her out, get her all nice, and then we're going to grab some clippers. By the way, the tools you will need is 26 gauge. I didn't get back to that. You're going to need some pliers. You're going to need a mandible. I'm not glowing this, so we don't need the tweezers necessarily. You're going to need pliers, cutters, and a mandible at least. Plus, you're going to need your wire, whatever size you choose to make. You can use nichrome. They fire faster. Sometimes if you don't pay attention, they'll dry hit those. So that's up to you. You can use canthenol, you can stainless, whatever. The idea of the microcoil is still there. We're going to move the drill. Okay, so I have my piece of straightened wire. All right, we're going to take our 2mm mandible. All right, and basically all you're doing is wrapping a regular coil. It's not super fancy dancy. Okay, it's just a regular coil wrap. I just want to do some kind of like back to basics kind of thing that I've been doing lately, like when I did the stuff with the flat wire wrap and stuff. So that's kind of where I'm at. Okay, and we're going to take our mandible. We're going to leave a lead. You know, we're going to wrap it. I'm going to do 2 7 wraps. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, and perfection is not what's absolute here. It's the idea of getting it done. The closer you get these wrapped, the better. And you're just going to wrap them, and you're going to end up with these small, nice little things. Okay, so we're going to do, that's the first one. Okay, that's the first 7 wrap. Then we're going to do a second 7 wrap as soon as I stop throwing wire on my floor. Okay, and so again, we're going to make a lead as such, and then just we're going to do a 7 wrap. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then we'll have a lead. I cut too much wire, so guys, you could probably cut 6 inches off what I told you, not a foot, 1.5 feet. You're gonna want more like 11 inches, okay? But I had too much wire, life is life. And then this one's a little loose on this back end, so I'm gonna show you a little technique I use. You're gonna grab this with the pliers, hold the opposite end, and just pull it, and it'll kind of come unglued like this, but you can just resituate it. It doesn't texture the wire, and then I've showed you this technique before. Take my screwdriver and my fingers, and I'll push it up against until it kind of fidgets them in, and you know, the rest of it will come out in the glow process. So, just so you know, for the build tutorial, this is our objective. If I get it to focus. Hopefully. You can't see it, and I'm having problems with my camera. But that's what we're after, is a small, tight, nice little coil, okay? So, these will work really good. Like I said, in RTAs, I'm gonna have a chuff. Rebuildable tanks, and if you have small flavor builds, like if you have old school stuff that you're still using, you know, Jenny's, this thing works really well in Jenny atomizers, in my opinion. I may be the only guy who thinks that. It's all subjective. I also use them in RDTAs. I don't prefer them in RDTAs. I like my macro coils in that, stuttered a little bit. Okay, but I also will use these in really small atomizers like the Hobo and things like that, as back as that is, okay? Set these coils off to the side so I can put them in something on it later. Okay, so let's get into what you guys wanted to see. Let's get on some swag sauce, okay? I'm gonna adjust my camera angle, my hand's in the way. I suck today. All right, now we're gonna get into some swag sauce. This is the Monster Melon. This juice has become, as you can see, a pretty push favorite of mine. It's going to, like I said, it is, I'm going to repeat this, it is a papaya, mango, cantaloupe vape. Okay, I love it. It's summery, it's fun. Here in Ohio, it's around the 90-degree range. It's warm now, summertime, almost June, and it's nice and hot, and humidity's high, and this just kind of makes it better. You know, it's kind of like pineapple vapes and things like that make you feel summery and beachy. Okay, and it's very like, It's very like Mexico, overseas, Caribbean kind of feel, and it kind of brings you into the summer attitude, although you're sweating your butt off in Ohio. So anywhere it's hot, if you're on Australia, California, someplace like that, you should get some of this. It'll bring the temperature down in your head at least. It'll make you feel better with yourself. I'm gonna have me a chuff. By the way, I am vaping this on it's a Lost Art clone. Don't get me wrong, I did not spend the money to buy a Lost Art. I don't play that game. Okay, Big Daddy likes his clones, and it's sitting on a. Now the mod is not a clone. This is an authentic Cartel Revenant 160 mod. One of my more expensive mods, but I fucking love this thing. So we're there. We're in there. We're in there. Okay, I'm running about 75.5 watts, and I have these ridiculous Helix stapled Claptons on here, and it's running about the 0.15 ohm range, about 75 watts, so I have to draw a little longer, but it improves my flavor. I have my air vents wide open, and as you can see, cloud production is not the problem after you get her going. Flavor is smooth. It's got a little bit of a throat hit from the mango, but after that mango comes that cantaloupe, and it sweetens and evens it out. So it's super good juice. Let's move on and move on to the next little piece of review here. The next is, like I said, it's going to be Castle Black. This is again, it is a peanut butter. I'm vaping it on some 36 stainless steel. It's 26 nichrome, 36 stainless steel, like 8 wrap fused Claptons. They're reading in the 0.29 range. They're a little high also. I do this to get flavor, but they are fused Claptons, sexy sexies. Okay, and this is a vanilla bean peanut butter caramel vape. It's definitely a dessert vape. It is not an all-day vape, unless you're that guy who just vapes dessert vapes all day, every day. Okay. Other than that, this is going to be like a late evening, chill time at the bar. Do the thing. You know what I mean? Whatever you're doing, out chilling at the vape store like I do, and get your dessert vape out and have you a little vape and keep your relaxation method on. As long as we're not smoking, it doesn't matter. Okay. What you vape is what you vape. What makes you happy makes you happy. You throw your clouds, you eat your flavor, use your RTA, use your RDTA. But I'll tell you this, as long as you're not smoking, and I'm going to repeat this after Aries, who, by the way, is the guy I was trying to think of his name earlier, that does the build tutorials on the Beetle-on technique. His name is Aries. He's on Instagram. He's on YouTube. He's a great guy. Also, big shout out to Tip Rippers and to Mike Vapes. By the way, Mike Vapes, if you watch this, you're the man. But I just bought an Icon RDA. Can't wait to put a review up on that. You're the man, brother. Same thing with Tip Rippers. I love my Pharaoh. Still love my Pharaoh. Tip Rippers, Grim Green, all you guys rock. Also, Twisted Messes and Squid Dude, you're the man. You're the building guy of all time. And Blue Eyed Goon, you're on that same level. You guys are amazing, and you've kept everything together for the whole vape family. So thank all of you, seriously, for your dedication to advocacy and for your work and for your time. I'm done ranting. Thank you. Also, shout out again to Swagg Sauce, Cheap Tobaccos in Cambridge, Vapor Joe's, lots of lists. If you know me, you know me. I'm going to tell people how I feel about them. Okay, so now we're going to have a chuff on this beauty. This, like I said, is a dessert vape. It's very vanilla. The peanut butter is dominant, but it's not over dominant. Okay, so most people say peanut butter vape, they just stop listening. I'm not some peanut butter vape. This vanilla bean ice cream that's in this makes it super smooth. Okay, it does have a little bit of throat hit. It's probably from the peanut butter, but it's not overpowering. The peanut butter is mellow and mixed with caramel, so it does chill it out. Okay, so anyway, we're gonna have a chuff. I'm gonna get my dessert vape on. Okay. Like I said, super smooth, decent vapor production. I'm only running this at 50 watts because of the, you know what I mean? It's reading 0.25, so I like the lower wattage, so I have to pull a little longer. I get a little better flavor. It's being vaped on this Blade RDA, like I said, with these things on it. This is an authentic Blade RDA. I did not pay for this. I got it in a trade, but it is an authentic Blade RDA. It's an amazing RDA. It has side airflow. I prefer bottom airflow, but life is life, okay? So I prefer bottom airflow, but this does have side airflow. But as for a side airflow RDA, the flavor that comes from this is actually better than these Goons. I love Goons because their vapor production and their mixture of flavor. I do like them. I buy clones. I own this clone. I had a third clone that I traded off. I have one of the shiny. It's not titanium. It's one of the nickel plated. And then, so it is what it is. I just ordered a V-God, and I just got another stainless steel Able clone. Of course, my timekeeper. I have another AV I need magnets for. Anyway, so we're gonna have one more chuff. So I say to all the guys on YouTube, I'm gonna say what Aries says. It's not the cigarettes that you do smoke that matter. It's the ones that you don't. Vape happy, vape safe, have fun. Peace out, YouTube.